Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thankful Thursday. I'm so excited to be here today. It's a gorgeous day here in Missouri. It feels like summertime now. All of a sudden, spring is over and summer is here. So we've had really warm weather here. It's been in the 90s and very humid. So it definitely is summer-like weather, but I'm welcoming it. It's nice to have my flowers growing. I have to do some more planting tonight, and yeah, it's one of my favorite times. So, very thankful for that today. How are you guys doing? Again, we're doing well here. I am Kylene. I never introduced myself until it's too late. So, I am Kylene with WeHeart.biz and Rise and Shine Yoga in our success group. I'm happy to be here, talk about gratitude. Looks like we have some people checking in here. Hey, Christy, thanks for joining. Thankful for yoga with you this morning. Got me up and motivated. Awesome. Yes, Rise and Shine Yoga. It's so much fun. I really enjoy doing that. As scared as I was to commit to something early in the morning, it's been a blessing, and I'm so thankful you're a part of it, Christy. Hey, Mom. Happy spring. Yes, it's warm there too, isn't it? They're in Arizona, so they definitely get summer-like temperatures for them earlier than we do. So, hey, Jerry. Good to see you on here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so it's May already. We've had a great week here. It was our son's birthday. He turned 11, so that's was kind of a highlight this week, and we'll have a big birthday party for him this weekend with his just a couple of his friends, nice and small. But yeah, really looking forward to that. And yeah, we're doing good here. We're just focusing on sharing what we can offer and help people with, and connecting with others. So it's been really awesome. Oh, happy July. It does feel like July, doesn't it? Oh, it's so funny you said that. Yeah, I think it was a couple days ago. It was just so steamy outside. I'm like, man, it feels like the 4th of July for sure. We usually do it's called the Firecracker 5K in Fallon, which is a local town here. And we usually do that as a family. And man, that race is always the hottest. It never fails. And it's kind of just something you embrace and you expect is going to happen. And it's just all part of the experience and the memories, right? Yeah, so, well, let me dive in here a little bit. So, as you guys probably all know, but if you're listening for the first time, I'm here every week to talk about gratitude, because gratitude truly is our superpower that we all have. We can all access our and choose to be grateful if we want, because when we're in a state of gratitude, we're in a state of abundance, and therefore we have more to be thankful for in our life. We start paying attention to all those amazing things that we have in our life. And even if it feels like life is kind of out to get us sometimes, we can come back to gratitude and just realize, oh, well, I woke up today. That's pretty awesome. I'm breathing. That's awesome. I have fresh air. I can breathe. I have clean water to drink. I have whatever it is. You can always find something, if you choose to be grateful for. And so that's why I think it's so important to talk about. We hear having an attitude of gratitude or be grateful, but sometimes we don't really sit and think about it and what that really means for us and in our life, and how powerful that can be when we change that mindset. And so that kind of leads me into what I wanted to share and just talk about today. I've talked about a lot of these things that I'm going to share today throughout all of Thankful Thursdays. But I just wanted to come back to the core here a little bit, and what's really important. And gratitude is positivity, right? It's choosing to have that positive mindset about something. And so I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit. What is positivity? What does that really mean? And, being a positive person doesn't really mean that you're just positive all the time. Yeah, everything's rainbows and ponies, right? Because that's not true. And therefore, if that's the message that we're sharing, people don't really believe in, and it's hard to connect with that. But it's how we choose to become resilient to the things that happen to us and make more of a realistic, positive choice in how we respond to those events that are happening to us that are creating some of that negative feelings in our body. So it's having hope and confidence and your ability to handle what's tough, right? That's positivity. And remembering too that not all negative events will happen all the time, right? Sometimes it's just a situational. So knowing that there's better things out there, right? It's that having that optimistic mindset. So really positivity is more about the ability to identify better outcomes or moments from a difficult situation. Being optimistic actually helps with your quality of life and leading to more longevity in your life as well. If you think about it, it takes away all that stress and worry and obsessing and those thought patterns that don't serve us and kind of keep us stuck. Once you can really begin to open that up for yourself and realize you can choose to stay in this thought pattern, or you could choose to say, okay, this is something I can learn from it, and then continue to find any pieces of good that could potentially result in it, or how you can move forward. It's a conscious choice, I guess, is what I'm really trying to say. But how do we do this? So we all know that life is going to give us challenges. That's just the beauty of life, right? It is what keeps life interesting. It's what allows us to keep growing. These challenges, as much as I wish I didn't have challenges, and I wish every day was just roses and nothing went wrong and everything was perfect and whatever, life would probably get kind of boring, and I might not keep growing and learning and becoming the person that I'm becoming every day. And so I welcome these challenges, because those challenges are growth opportunities, and celebrating those moments, as difficult as it is. And I think the most important thing that you could do is, when those events happen to you and you catch yourself having those negative feelings, and maybe even that inner critic starts talking inside your head, maybe it's starting there. Maybe it's being kinder to yourself. Maybe it's quieting that inner critic. I talked about that last week, I believe. Quieting that inner critic and talking to yourself more like your biggest supporter or a coach would, or someone like that. Being your own cheerleader for yourself. And as hard as that can be sometimes, when you become kinder to yourself, when you give yourself more compassion and appreciation for where you're at, it's amazing how that changes that mindset into a more positive mindset with more growth, more happiness, more optimism, right? And so that inner critic is there to protect you and keep you safe and keeps you in that comfort zone, but that's going to keep us stuck, right? And we want to keep growing. We want to keep learning. We want to, whatever that looks like, we just want to have more positivity in our life. And so one of the ways we can do that is to train our brain to have kinder thoughts and appreciating ourselves. And so how you can do that is applying E plus R equals O. So that's the whole event plus your response equals your outcome. I've talked about that a lot. And the only thing you have control over is how you respond, right? And how you respond to those events equals your outcomes. So if you're in that negative state, if you're having outcomes that aren't making you feel good, and it's not the path you want to be on, you can pause for a moment and reflect back on what happened. How did I respond to this event that created this kind of outcome that's not getting me to where I want to be going, or not giving me the feelings that I want to be feeling. So pausing for a moment, going back to that response and changing it maybe in the future, because we all know, again, life gives us all sorts of challenges. So we have many opportunities sometimes to change the responses till we get the outcomes that we desire. And maybe quieting that inner critic is the first step to getting more outcomes that you're really desiring, that you deserve to have. We all deserve to be happy, and we all deserve to have the life of our dreams. And it starts with us taking that responsibility and taking control over our thoughts. So, but the one thing I want to kind of highlight here, I'm not saying you can't have negative feelings, because that is part of who we are as humans. We feel. And so I think the key here is really to allow yourself to feel those emotions and be okay with them. Be okay with how they show up. Don't beat yourself up for feeling a certain way, but just allowing yourself to process and move through them instead of burying them and not processing them, because they'll come out someday, and it might not be a time that's ideal for you. And so when you can use the resources you have to just give yourself permission to feel and respond, then after you've gone through that process of those emotions, and then that allows you then to create the outcomes that you want, because you're responding in a way that's appropriate in that circumstance for you. If that, I hope that makes sense. If not, please let me know in the comments. And so another big factor, and again, why I'm here every week, is practicing gratitude. That's huge. Practicing gratitude really is the biggest key to having that positive mindset, having that positive belief in ourselves and others and humanity and all of that, just having more positivity in our life. And that really starts with gratitude. And you can do that in so many different ways. So affirmations are a great way. I've talked about that before. Maybe it's just getting outside. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's exercising. Maybe it's just sitting outside, soaking up the sun if the sun's your thing. Maybe it's sitting out in the shade and reading a book, or maybe it's just having peace and just getting some fresh air. Sometimes you just need to remove yourself from an environment temporarily to give yourself that new perspective of life, and get yourself back to where you're headed and where you want to be. So sometimes that change of environment is huge, and it's almost kind of magical how fast it can and change that mindset for you. I know for me, when I go outside, it just that fresh air, the sunshine, all of that, it fills me up. And that's something that I know is important for me when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I go back to my movement, I go back to yoga, I go back to being outside. All those things are really important for me. The rampage of appreciation. So that's something I kind of talked about at the beginning. That's where you're feeling overwhelmed. You know everything is happening. You're having feelings that are not positive, right? But you want to get to that positive state of mind. You want to help yourself get back into that thought patterns that are really serving you, so you can get the outcomes that you want. And that's the rampage of appreciation. And so rampage of appreciation is just wherever you're at, maybe you do go change your environment. Maybe you do go sit outside and get some fresh air for a little bit of time. And maybe in that moment is where you just look around and start appreciating all those amazing things around you, appreciating the fresh air, appreciating the warm sunshine, appreciating the green grass, if that's what you have, or the beautiful flowers or trees or the mountains. Whatever it is, just choose. You have the choice to choose to appreciate that. And when you do start appreciating those things around you, you start vibrating at that higher frequency. You start attracting more good things to you rather than more negative thoughts to you. All the doom and gloom, right? We're trying to get rid of that. So you're focusing on what you do appreciate. And it's really magical when you do that. And you you feel the transition inside of you of being more grateful and having that type of mindset. Another thing you can do is just when you're out in public, just smile at people, be friendly, and see what happens. And someone might not have had anyone be kind to them that day, and maybe it's your smile that really changes their day. I know when I say hi to people and they don't say hi back, I'm like, I wonder what's going on. Like, for me, I always say hello back, for the most part, as long as I have paid attention to them, and notice that they did that. But it doesn't cost anything to do that. It's just smiling at people. It makes you feel good, right? You're being kind. And so that leads me to the next one, just showing that genuine act of kindness. Do a random act of kindness to someone. Hold the door open for someone. Maybe if you can afford it, maybe you pay for their meal. If you have people in your life that you appreciate, maybe you just send them a little note. Maybe you give them a little treat. Maybe you write them a letter and send it in the mail so they get a nice handwritten letter from you. Whatever it is, just a genuine act of kindness with no expectation in return. It's just something that you are doing from the bottom of your heart. You are just doing it because it's going to make you feel good. But seeing other people and how you can impact their day and their life, it's contagious almost, and it really does fill you up inside. So that's another thing that you could do. Just do that genuine act of kindness. Jerry wrote, walking my dog can change my attitude almost every time. I love that. That's a perfect example. Yes, it's not something that is like, it doesn't have to cost money, right? It's something that you already have in your life, and it's something that brings you joy. And I think that's the key. Something that brings you joy, something that brings you that peace, that just it warms you up inside. And I think, walking your dog, you have your movement, you have your fresh air, and you have your dog that brings you joy. So, that's, that's the ideal situation, right? Laughing is huge. Laughing is really important. So for you, maybe it's just being around people that really bring a lot of joy to you, and you always have a good time laughing, telling jokes, whatever it is. Maybe you're watching a movie, maybe whatever it is, laughing is really important too. Not taking life so serious all the time. That's really important as well. So, and that leads me to becoming more mindful and meditating and coming back to that. That can be so powerful. And that's another one of the keys here to bringing more positivity, really working to reduce stress and anxiety in your life by calming your mind. It is so powerful. And it doesn't have to be anything like super crazy informal. It can be, there's tapping out there. I've shared tapping where you tap on the energy points on your body, the meridian points, and it helps to reset your brain and calm your mind. I talk about yoga all the time because obviously yoga is really important for me. So gentle yoga, you really learn to quiet your mind. Use the power of your breath to just pause and control your thoughts and realize the strength that you do have. Yoga is so much more than just the movement that we do on our mat. It's also processing all these thoughts and learning to just calm our mind. It's for me, I keep using the word magical, but I really feel like yoga is magical. It's truly changed my life, and I'm so thankful that I get to share it with other people. But if yoga is not for you, try some of these other things. Maybe you just journal. Maybe you just sit, like I said, sit outside and just quiet your mind for a little bit with no distractions, no social media, no TV, no news, no anything, and just come back to that and really just quiet your mind in that space. So that's really powerful. But I just think it all comes down. I was reading something and they said happiness is the byproduct of living a fulfilled and engaged life. And so when you look at it that way, you you're taking care of yourself. You are choosing, you're empowering yourself to take control of the outcomes you're experiencing in your life. And so I like that happiness, how they put it, happiness is that byproduct of taking control of your life, taking control of your thoughts, realizing that you have a choice in how you respond. You can choose to be more optimistic, and that's, sometimes really hard to do, to find the good in some difficult situations. And so I want to say that I can't say that I am like this all the time, but I have used these tools, and that has got me through some dark moments in my life where, I've had that inner critic be really, really, really loud, and to the point where it's almost stopped me from moving forward. And so these tools are what I've used, and that I hope that you can use if you want to live a life with more positive thoughts. These are the things that you could do, and hopefully create that life of your dreams, and just come back to it. And again, these are not, none of this is rocket science. None of this is like crazy, hard to do things. It's just the choice of calming your mind in that moment, determining how you're going to respond as you move forward. And so that gratitude and those other things I was talking about, and being kinder to yourself with your quieting that inner critic, right? Are ways that you can get to that point of being more optimistic about life, a lot faster. And then just being okay with how these emotions arise in your body. They're going to come out how they come out. And so just appreciating that you're able to process through these emotions and then move forward instead of just burying them. We need to acknowledge that they're there, and then process, and then move forward. So, and then just shift our thoughts to focus on more positive things, better outcomes, instead of the doom and gloom. And just see what happens. See what happens if you start applying these things in your life, and see how it changes. And I'm guessing it's going to change for the better. These tools are here for you. I'm more than happy to share yoga with you. If that's something you want to try out, just let me know. You can try it out, and maybe that's what you need to start your day. Maybe that's something that helps you just get in that positive mindset to start your day. Maybe it's doing the random acts of kindness every day. Maybe it's just going for a walk, walking your dog, whatever it is. But you have the choice and how you move forward to really just live a life with more optimism and positivity. And then remember, happiness then is that byproduct of those thoughts. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about. So if anyone has questions, please let me know. There are, again, some tools. Erin and I have Unlocking Your Potential tomorrow. I can't remember what time it is. Erin, help me. Hang on. I'm going to get there. I have it on my calendar. 1 second. 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We have an Unlocking Your Potential workshop. And that's where, when I was talking about we need to process those emotions, that's those limiting beliefs that we have. And with those limiting beliefs are created by some stories that we're telling ourselves, sometimes happen from things that happened way back when in our childhood. And so not that anything was done to us or anything like that. It's just a story we told ourselves, and then our unconscious held on to it. And so we need to process those feelings to continue to move forward and have the outcomes we desire. So I welcome anyone to come join us for Unlocking Your Potential. Let me get to the, here we go. If you go to oursuccessgroup.com/unlock, you can sign up there and join us. If you've been a part of Unlocking Your Potential in the past, we welcome you to come back again for free and experience it. I know I've gone through it several times. Erin's gone through it several times, and it's really a powerful exercise and experience. So do that. If you want to join me for yoga, you can sign up at riseshine.yoga. If you have questions, if that makes you nervous, if you've never done yoga, I just want to reassure you that it's gentle yoga. And if you have need any additional support or anything like that, I'm also teaching chair yoga. And that just gives you a little bit of extra support as we move through the movements. You're still getting all the benefits of gentle yoga. It's just you have a chair that you're sitting in. That's really the only difference. So I would love to answer any questions you have on that and have you join me as well for that. Let me get back to the comments here. So yeah, 6 p.m. tomorrow for Unlocking Your Potential. Thank you, Erin, for putting those in the comments. I appreciate it. And so your call to achievement is to reach out to at least 3 people a day and appreciate them. Just start your day and reach out to them. There's 3 people. It could be a quick message, text message, phone call, maybe an email, whatever it is, however you communicate. Maybe it's just a random person. Let's say you go and you get your morning coffee somewhere. Maybe you just say, hey, thank you for helping me this morning or making my day, starting my day off right. Just appreciate them and notice what it does for them, how it changes their day, but also yours as well. And so that is your call to achievement for this next week. And let me know how it goes. Reach out. I am here. I want to help and support you all. With some of the workshops that we have and with yoga and even here with the success principles, just reach out to me. I want to help. We can reach you on Bali. Yes, I am on Bali. We have our daily gratitude channel, which would be awesome if you guys want to join that. Every day we just hop on and we just say 3 things or more that you're grateful for that day. And it's just a quick little video. You don't have to be made up. You can, roll out of bed and hop on there and just share. You don't even have to be on video. You can actually just record it or write a text message. So that would be a great way. Thank you, Erin, for sharing that. Here is the link for that. osg.link/volley, and then join us over there. And there's all sorts of different conversations that happen in that community. And so I welcome you. It's another resource for you, another tool that you have access to that can really help you get to where you want to go with the support and positivity in the community of like-minded people who just want others to succeed and support each other. It's a really cool place to be. So hopefully that is something that is doable for you all. And and then again, sign up for Unlocking Your Potential. It's tomorrow at 6:00 Central Time. So if you can join us there, that'd be awesome. And then if you want to any questions about yoga, chair yoga, please reach out. I am here. If you have any concerns or questions, just let me know. All right. Well, everyone, have a wonderful Thursday, and we will see you next week. Have a great day.